My name is James Revill. I'm the head of the WMD and Space Security programs at Unidia, and delighted to be here. I don't think it's any single threat, but what we are seeing is the advance, the convergence, and the diffusion of the life sciences, so biology and biotechnology. I think this is potentially changing the nature, or has the potential to change the nature of biological weapons and biological warfare in a significant way. But also coupled with the diffusion of this technology, with some more actors potentially able to use this overwhelmingly for good, but potentially also for hostile purposes, I think we face a challenge, and this is further compounded by the fact that the geostrategic context, the relations between states at the moment, is really not in a good place. The sort of geostrategic tension, combined with those advances in science and technology, I think creates this concern that measures to prevent and prohibit biological weapons could come undone in the future. Yeah, I think there's no single silver bullet solution, but I think you need what's been termed in the past a web of preventative measures. I think at the core of that you have the 1972 Biological Weapons Convention, which prohibits development, stockpiling, production of biological weapons. And 184 states have signed up, have ratified that agreement, and I think that is something that needs to be bolstered. There's some scope for doing that after the review conference last year in November and December, which was an important step, and has potentially unlocked some later potential. But I do think there are a number of further steps that need to be taken by states, but also by the growing range of stakeholders who have an interest in biotechnology to preserve the science and make sure this is only used for peaceful purposes. Yeah, I think biotechnology is becoming a big business. There are economic drivers which are pushing this forward, which makes the role of industry much more important. And there are a lot of things that have been undertaken in industry, but I think there's still scope for more engagement between the security community and those industry actors that are really driving forward many of these technological changes. Similarly, for researchers in academia as well, I think it's also important to bring them into the discussion and make sure they're part of the solution moving forward. And that requires quite some careful engagement. I think this is something which SIPRI is working on. It's something which many others have been doing work on, are doing work on at the moment. So I think trying to make sure that you engage with that range of stakeholders is going to be important moving forward.